Ready, break!
Welcome back to another episode of the Viking Huddle. I'm your host, Trent Scott, here with my other host, Ron Ironic. Ron, how are you doing today?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Good. It's snowing outside.
It is snowing outside.
First snow of the year?
Yeah, first snow. I'm kind of surprised that it's sticking, not going to lie.
Oh, yeah. I thought it would melt. It's getting slushy.
Yeah. I didn't think the ground would be cold enough to hold snow, but
Right.
she's holding.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
I put my winter tires on.
Mine's an all-season one.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
No, I got 2 sets. Yeah, put those on.
But the Viking Huddle is powered by Ibbott Electric Company, so thank you to the fine people at Ibbott Electric Company for being our second sponsor, who is our OG sponsor.
Ted Schrader and Schrader Tree Farms. Ted is a 1999 Viking graduate, and he want to help out our podcast, so we'd like to promote his business. Schrader Tree Farms is located in Edwardsburg, Michigan, and will be offering pre-cut Christmas trees starting on November 23rd. For more information, search Schrader Tree Farms on Facebook or visit their website at www.schradertreefarms.com.
Oh, yeah. It's almost Christmas time. It's snowing, too. Almost. But speaking of almost a major event, Saturday's a big and major event.
That is a big major event.
So we Boys in Blue play on Saturday against Grand Rapids South Christian in the semifinal game. So we need everyone to be there.
Everybody.
Everyone will be
Bring your mom, bring your grandma.
Ooh, you know what I forgot?
What did you forget there, Trenton?
Our other sponsors for Rally Towels for Saturday.
Oh, we are getting rally towels for Saturday.
Yep.
So if you want a rally towel,
There we go.
show up Saturday.
Show up Saturday. We got a lot.
What's the theme? Is blue and gold?
Blue and gold classic.
Blue and gold.
Classic.
Go in.
Majority vote one in blue and gold again. So the people who donated for the Rally Towels will be Ibbott Electric Company, Niles Green Park, Sturgis Bank, United Federal Credit Union, Pete Karolski. Is that how you say it? Is that what?
Sauce here.
Yeah, you finish it off for me.
Yeah, Pete Karlowicz, Justin and Alicia Granel,
Yep.
and Deck the Halls. So thank you guys for showing your
Support.
Viking support. We appreciate it immensely.
Especially for the donations for these rally towels, because they're not cheap.
No, they're not. It means a lot, and so yeah, we'll be
waving those on Saturday.
At the game.
Yep. So, as we play on South Christian.
Yep.
They're doing pretty good at practice.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Game plan's going as planned. We're practicing indoors at facilities. So Monday we're at the Sports Warehouse. Yesterday or Tuesday we're outside. Yesterday we're outside. But now since it's snowing, football will be leaving to go to Edwardsburg, the Edwardsburg Sports Complex, to practice.
Yep.
So,
Trent might have to leave early.
I might have to leave early this podcast.
But it's all right.
Rowan will take over.
You got Rowan.
You still got Rowan. But, yes, the boys will play Saturday, and we need everyone there. Towels will be there. Show your Viking support as we're one step closer to state at Ford Field.
We got to win this. We go to Ford Field.
It'd be history.
No. But we do have a guest today for our podcast.
We do have a guest today.
He's the voice of the Niles Viking Network.
Yeah, he is.
Mr. Michael Markoch. Mr. Markoch, how you doing?
I'm doing great, fellas. How you guys doing? Thanks for having me on today.
Oh, yeah, no problem. We're doing good, though. So, you want to tell the people a little introduction on yourself to the audience?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I am in my second year as the voice of the Vikings, doing Niles football, boys and girls basketball, and then maybe other sports here and there. Stay tuned, possibly for the spring. We might be adding some, but it's like I said, it's my second year. Michigan State graduate. I graduated in the spring of 2023. I have a degree in journalism, and I've been studying broadcasting since I got out of high school, actually a little bit in high school. If any of the listeners out there are familiar with WSJM in Benton Harbor, I was an intern there my senior year. Got to do so many cool things, including be on air in the mornings before I went to school. I produced a bunch of events there to get my kind of feet wet in radio before I kind of got started doing all of this. So it's kind of been a slow grind. It's a position for me that it's obviously not the be-all, end-all. It's not my end goal in this career, but it is something that has been awesome, getting to do high school sports and help kind of perfect my craft and be a voice in a community such as Niles, especially for these 2 years. I mean, I'm the lucky one, I guess. I've only been here 2 years, and it's been the best 2 years in school history.
Oh, yeah.
Don't
So that I guess I'm the lucky one for sure.
I don't. Did you mention where? What high school did you attend?
So I attended Lake Michigan Catholic in St. Joe. It's now called Our Lady of the Lake.
Yeah.
That's where I went to school. I'm originally from Bridgman, Michigan. That's where I still actually live right now. So I made the hike like 20 minutes to school every single day. I graduated from there in 2019. And yeah, then I went to the University of Akron for a year and then Michigan State from there before graduating a couple years ago.
All right.
Go green.
So white.
He knew it.
I'm not a big Michigan State fan.
I like them for their agriculture.
I'm more of a go Irish guy.
I like the Irish too.
That's acceptable.
Oh yeah,
that's acceptable.
I like Michigan State for the agriculture. Oh yeah. Go ahead.
So can you explain a little bit your training on broadcasting at MSU?
Yeah. So like I said, I got started in radio my senior year of high school, and then I went to the University of Akron for a year. I joined the student-run radio station there. It's part of the reason actually I went there. And then I transferred mid-pandemic because I just wanted to be closer to home. I was just going through a lot. And so I went to Michigan State, and I joined the student-run radio station there in Tech 89 FM, which just won National College Radio Station of the Year, I believe, for the second time ever. So that was pretty cool. But it's a phenomenal station, and I got to do so many opportunities there through the sports department, in production, on air. I boarded a bunch of MSU events, and then got to call so many games on air. Like we're talking Division I, Big Ten athletics. Wow. But the main thing I got to do my senior year, I was selected as one of two voices to be the men's basketball team broadcasters, and that was the 2022-23 year where they made it to the Sweet 16 in New York. So we got to follow the team all the way through that season, all the way through that run. I got to call a game in Madison Square Garden. Absolutely insane experience. And so I got to do that. And then for Big Ten Plus, which is the streaming service for the Big Ten where they put all their kind of smaller events, I got to do a bunch of games there as well. Women's basketball, baseball, softball, volleyball, hockey, things like that as well. To just kind of
hockey's my alley.
Yeah, hockey's hard. Hockey is a hard sport to broadcast. It's a little bit easier on TV when everybody can see it, but
yeah, it's hard. It's hard to broadcast, and especially it's such a fast-paced game that somebody will have the puck 1 second, next thing you know, you're going the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's certainly a tougher one, but I'm glad that I've been able to do it. I've been able to call so many different types of sports and at the D1 level, and get my voice out there and gives you some pretty decent tape for broadcast reels and all that good stuff. But I'm not where I am today without Michigan State. I say it every single time, and I don't hesitate to give them credit. It's an underrated journalism and sports broadcasting program in this country, and they deserve all the credit for helping me get to exactly where I am today and calling these big-time games for the Vikings.
Yeah, that's amazing. Out of all the sports that you help broadcast, what's your favorite sport to broadcast?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would say, I really enjoy football, but basketball is a lot of fun. And basketball is the sport that I enjoyed, like, when I was growing up and playing myself. Like, I enjoyed playing basketball the most. So I would probably say basketball is still up there because of how fast it is, and just kind of like the rhythm of it. I think it's one of the most perfect sports to do, like on radio, because you have to be so descriptive and you have to be so careful about what you're saying to bring the image into your listeners who can't see what you're talking about. So right. I like basketball. I love football a lot too, but those definitely be right up there.
Yeah. Basketball is a fun sport to watch and listen to.
Mm-hmm.
So how was it last week to see? Let's just walk us through the game last week. What were you feeling? What are you thinking?
It was an absolute roller coaster. Anyone who wants to, you can go back and you can listen to our full broadcast from the other night. It was weird. They started off so well with that 14-0 lead, and then obviously the disaster right before halftime and blowing it, and then we're going into halftime, and I'm talking, obviously you guys know Ed, he's my broadcast partner, and we were just going back and forth talking, about coming out of halftime was like their biggest drive of the season on defense. Like they needed to get a stop, obviously they don't get it, and then they fall behind, and then they get stopped, and it's like, okay, like it wasn't looking good, and I'm like, not again, because like this Portland team, that's a phenomenal team. I'm taking no, credit away from them.
Yeah.
It just felt like that's a team that I knew Niles could beat. And I knew that was a game that they could definitely win. And it's like, not again, not like this again, not with the blown lead and and the turnovers and all that kind of stuff. And then, the fumble happens and everything shifted from there. And just some incredible plays made by so many players, Sam and Brendan, and Talent had an incredible game at quarterback, the best quarterbacking I have seen from Niles since I've been here. Just a terrific game all around. I lost my voice halfway through the fourth quarter, fellas. At the end of the game, I couldn't even talk. Like I was out of breath. My voice was cracking all over the place. It was just so many high energy calls. It really drained me. I was down for a couple of days for sure. Honestly, like I've been so many. I've called quite a few big games, but that one was one of the more exciting ones I've had. I have called the high school state final for football. I did DeWitt back in 2021. I was only the color guy for that. And that was a crazy football game, ended with a goal line stand and everything. They lost to Detroit MLK. But, that game Friday night was, and I said it on the air, and I'll continue to say it, that was the best high school football game I have ever seen in my life. And that was so cool with all the big moments, both teams just throwing haymakers at each other, both teams responding. Absolutely incredible game. Just glad Niles came out on top.
Wolverine Conference guy said the same thing. When we had him on the podcast, he said that was probably one of the best high school football games he's seen.
Yeah, it was crazy. That was right up there with. I challenge anyone to find me someone at least up to that level.
Yeah, it was a game to be there for, and unfortunately I had to leave. But anyway, you want to ask the next question, Trent?
So we play Saturday for a semi-state.
Mm-hmm.
One step closer to state, to Ford Field for the first time in school history.
One win to go.
One more. And then what do you expect to see this Saturday against a very solid football team at Grand Rapids South Christian?
I'm very excited to see the contrast in styles. This South Christian team is the best team Niles is going to play this year. That includes St. Joe Week 1. This is a South Christian team that is working on 9 consecutive playoff appearances. They've made the state final each of the last 2 years. They were the champions in 2022. They like to air it out. They have weapons on the outside, maybe not as good ones as we saw last year in their state runner-up run. But their quarterback, Carson Vitt, he is an absolute menace. He is obviously he's committed to go to Western to play basketball, but on the football field, he's just as dangerous. Set a NHSA championship record last year in this state title game for passing yards, completions, and total yards in that game. He is an absolute beast. They have great tight ends and wideouts that are going to challenge this Niles secondary. And I think that's something we talked about on the broadcast last week and throughout the season, where if there's a hole on this Niles defense, it's been in the secondary this season. They've gotten beat a couple times. You're going to have to see guys like Jaden and Brendan really stepping up. Sam's going to have to be huge, covering a lot of these receivers who are going – the Sailor team's going to throw the ball. And so I think Niles is going to have to play the best defensive game they played all year in a lot different way than they played so far. But also on the other hand, Niles deserves to be here too. And they're dangerous as well with their offense. Obviously, the triple option, the veer, flex bone, whatever you want to call it. They have that speed on the outside that if they can get the edge and they can get around some of these South Christian linebackers, South Christian could really struggle to stop that as well. So I'm really excited to see the contrast in styles. I'm expecting a very hard-fought football game. I'm expecting it to be close, and I'm expecting to come right down to the wire and, play for it all. Obviously, both these teams one win away from fourth.
Yeah. It's going to be a really good game. So we've asked everybody on the podcast for the last 2 weeks what their score prediction is. What is your score prediction?
Ooh, putting me on the spot. I don't love making predictions, but I'll happily make one for you two. Like I said, I think it's going to be a close game throughout. Unfortunately, for the good guys, this is a team they're going up against this is a different animal. And not that I don't think they can't compete with them. I just think the Sailors have a little too much on offense. The Niles secondary concerns me just a bit. So I do like South Christian in this game to advance to the state title. I'll say, let's say about 35 to 28.
Okay.
All
right. So now, theoretically,
I hope I'm wrong, though. So I really do. I will be there, obviously, as the voice of the Vikings. Right. I will be rooting for them from within. But like I said, this is going to be their toughest challenge yet.
So, but let's just say theoretically, Niles won. Mm-hmm. What would the score be in your opinion? Would it be opposite or will it be a different score?
I think they're going to have to score a lot of points. I think if Niles is going to win, it's going to be something probably very similar, probably like 42-35, 40-35, 38-30, something like that.
Right.
I think they're going to have to win a very similar game to how they beat Portland. I think it's going to be very, very similar with a team and a quarterback who really likes to air it out with weapons on the outside.
Yep.
All right. But, Michael, thank you for joining us today. We appreciate your voice, your enthusiasm, and energy for over the past 2 years, and we hope to have you as part of the Niles community for years to come. So just thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, it's absolutely my pleasure, fellas. Keep killing it, and let's try to do this again sometime.
Oh, yeah. Maybe basketball season. Basketball season.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm.
But, Mr. Markoch, thank you, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Yep, we will for sure. Go Vikings.
Go Vikes. All right.
It's a good one.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. He's not biased with us, but he was being honest.
He's being honest. That honesty goes a long way.
Oh, yeah.
Honesty goes a long way. Well, we're going to wrap up another Viking podcast here. So here we go. If you're going to the game, Saturday, it's at 1 o'clock kickoff. You need to buy your ticket at gofan.co. It's $10. You can only buy it online. Student passes don't work. Any sort of pass does not work. You have to pay online. You cannot pay it cash at the door. Must be online at gofan.co.
Yep.
If you can't make it out to the game on Saturday, you can always, which we hope you can, but stuff happens, stuff pops up.
Yep.
You can always tune in to Niles Viking Network and listen to the radio call of Mr. Obradovich and his partner Michael Markoch at highschoolstreaming.com. You can also listen to Andy Stuver and the Professor Bob Birch on AJ Sportcasting at ajsportcasting.com. Theme for Friday is blue and gold.
Saturday.
Saturday.
That's all right. Our script says Friday.
Yep. Theme for Saturday is blue and gold. Kickoff is at 1 o'clock at Three Rivers.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Markoch, for being on the podcast. Thank you to our sponsors again, Ibid Electric Company and Schrader Tree Farms.
And all the companies that did
companies that help for the rally towels.
Yep.
Thank you guys for listening to the podcast. Reminder, pick up all your trash on Saturday at the game to help out Three Rivers Custodians. And let's make some Niles noise Saturday. And as always, go Vikes.
Ready, break!